Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Triple Double Nation. Today we're looking at Chris Paul in the top 12 guards in 2021 NBA free agency. Let's get right into the video. Number 12, Patty Mills. Patty Mills will turn 33 in August. He's a career reserve with a career high scoring average of 11.6 points. Teams may not be lining up to acquire his services, but the Australian guard is about as reliable as backup skid, and he could raise his profile a bit at the Tokyo Olympics. Mills already led the Boomers to an exhibition upset over Team USA earlier this month, and the freedom with which he plays for the national team could be something that intrigues suitors around the league. As a cog in Greg Popovich's highly structured San Antonio Spurs system, Mills has been a plus-minus wonder, but he could be a bona fide heat check guy with a bit more leeway. Number 11, Dennis Schroeder. Fresh off a strong 2019 and 20 campaign in which he finished second in Sixth Man of the Year voting, Dennis Schroeder experienced something of a regression to career norms alongside LeBron James with the Los Angeles Lakers. So the question now is whether he's a slashing mid-range assassin he was with the Oklahoma City Thunder, or the up-and-down borderline ball stopper he's been just about everywhere else. If any organization ponies up for the 100 to 120 million Schroeder is reportedly after, it'll certainly be hoping for a return of the former. Number 10, Derrick Rose. In his age 32 season, a decade after he won the MVP, Derrick Rose finished third in Sixth Man of the Year, voting behind 14.7 points per game, and a career-high 38.8 three-point percentage. But he also played just 25.6 minutes over 50 games, and 51 appearances is the most he's managed in a single season since 2016 and 17. He's proven he can still be a helpful offensive player, but there's a bit of a dice roll when it comes to his health. Number 9, Spencer Dinwiddie. ACL tears aren't as consistently career-altering as they once were, but there's still an element of concern when a player is coming off the season-ending knee injury. For Spencer Dinwiddie, it's also stifled the momentum that he built during the 2019 and 20 campaign, when he averaged 20.6 points and 6.8 assists in place of the oft-injured Kyrie Irving. Dinwiddie's game isn't overly reliant on side-to-side bursts though. His vision and savvy should still be there for 2021 and 22, making him at the least one of the top backup guards available. Number 8, Devontae Graham, restricted. Devontae Graham took a step back in terms of playmaking responsibility with the arrival of LaMelo Ball, but he remained a plus-minus boon for the Charlotte Hornets. On the season, they were plus 3.0 points per 100 possessions when he was on the floor and minus 7.7 when he wasn't. Solid playmaking, volume 3-point shooting, and general know-how on defense, big enough to always make an impact there, make him one of the game's steadier guards. Number 7, Norman Powell, player option. Floor spacing wings who can be trusted with various defensive assignments are one of the most sought-after player archetypes in the league. In those 6'3", Norman Powell is a little shorter than some might like for that role. His 6'11" wingspan and the 3-point shooting is there. Over the last 2 seasons, he's averaged 17.5 points and 2.3 threes while shooting 40.6% from deep. Number 6, Tim Hardaway Jr. Like Powell, Tim Hardaway Jr. brings a lot to the floor spacing department, and his volume there actually gives him a slight edge in these rankings. Over the last 2 seasons, there are only 5 players, Davis Bertans, Stephen Curry, Wayne Ellington, Damian Lillard, and Duncan Robinson, who match or exceed Hardaway's marks for 3-point attempts per 75 possessions, 9.4, and 3-point percentage, 39.4. Doncic certainly deserves some credit for creating many of those looks, but a willing receiver helps ball-dominant creators too. Number 5, Reggie Jackson. Before you call the recency bias police, consider a few of the factors that drove Reggie Jackson so far up this list. First, the blistering 3-point shooting we saw in the playoffs, 40.8% on 7.5 attempts per game, wasn't a fluke. Over the first 4 years of his career, Jackson shot 29.4% from deep. He climbed to 35.4% for the next 4 years, and over the last 2, he's at 41.9, peaking at 43.3 in 2020 and 21. The steady climb suggests that this is just who Jackson is now. Another plus is Jackson's willingness and ability to essentially function as a wing. He's listed at 6'2", but a 7-foot wingspan allows him to work in positionless, switch-happy lineups, which have become increasingly important in today's perimeter-oriented game. On the other hand, Jackson has proved content to work off the ball, while possession-dominating wings like Paul George and Kawhi Leonard operate the offense. And in the playoffs, especially after Leonard went down with a partially torn ACL, Jackson proved he can bring all the above in the highest leverage moments. Across 19 postseason appearances, he averaged 17.8 points, 3.4 assists, and 3.1 threes. In those games, the Los Angeles Clippers were plus 8.8 points per 100 possessions, with Jackson on the floor and minus 4.4 with him off. Number 4, Mike Conley. As is the case with Oladipo, Rose, and Dinwiddie, there are definite injury concerns with Mike Conley. In his age 33 season, he missed 21 contests, and over the last 4 seasons, he's been available for just 58.4% of his team's games. Size could be an issue with Conley as well. He's 6'1" and doesn't have the major plus wingspan that someone like Jackson has. Against positionless lineups with a little size, that can cause problems on defense. When he's healthy though, Conley's outside shooting and steady hand at the wheel make him a significant offensive weapon. This season, he averaged 16.2 points and posted career highs in threes per game, 2.7, and three-point percentage, 41.2. And his willingness to sort of fill in the gaps between Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert suggests he's adapted to the ancillary role he'll likely play for the rest of his career. On the season, the Utah Jazz were plus 17.8 points from 100 possessions with Conley on the floor and plus 5.9 with them off, giving him the 7th biggest net rating swing in the league among players with at least 1,000 minutes. Number 3, Kyle Lowry. Age may be starting to catch up with a 35-year-old Kyle Lowry. He only appeared in 46 games this season, and he posted his lowest BPM since 2009 and 10. The attributes that should make him intriguing to title contenders are still in place though. Lowry remains a valuable off-ball and pull-up floor spacer. He shot 39.6% on 7.2 3-point attempts per game in 2020 and 2021, including 37.7% on pull-ups. The ability to operate both on and off the ball is critical for modern point guards, and Lowry has plenty of experience with the latter from his years playing alongside DeMar DeRozan, Kawhi Leonard, and Fred VanVleet. If he goes to a team with a star wing or other ball handler, he'll fit in just fine. On the other hand, a slight regression in lateral mobility may be a problem, but Lowry is an experienced, high IQ defender who will typically be on the right spots and giving plenty of effort. The next contract will probably be his last significant one, but there's plenty of reason to believe he'll live up for it. Number 2, Lonzo Ball restricted. Prior to his trade to the New Orleans Pelicans ahead of the 2019 and 20 season, consistent outside shooting was the only major concern with his game. He had and still has excellent vision as a passer, a willingness to move the ball both in transition and the half court, good rebounding and defensive instincts, and plus size for a guard. Career marks of 31.5% from 3, 43.7% from the line after those 2 seasons were more than concerning though. Fast forward to now, and there's ample reason for optimism. In his 2 seasons with the Pelicans, Lonzo is at 37.6% from 3 on 7.2 attempts. His free throw percentage there is 66.4. With all the other boxes he checks, he doesn't really have to be much better than that as a shooter to be a clear positive player. Over the last 2 seasons when he's on the floor with Zion Williamson, New Orleans is plus 5.8 points per 100 possessions. Number 1, Chris Paul, player option. Chris Paul's last 2 seasons in the NBA have done wonders for his legacy, trade value, and potential free agency this summer. Prior to his loan campaign with the Oklahoma City Thunder, his deal felt like a borderline albatross. Now, it wouldn't be shocking to see him opt out the final year and $44.2 million he's owed for 2021 and 22. Even at 36 years old, there's almost certainly some team out there who will give him one more 2 or 3 year deal. Beyond the still solid numbers, Paul has proved himself an effective leader and mentor for younger players, and a seemingly insatiable competitive drive. Years of experience and infectious passing would add credibility to any offense in the league. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching and making it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like rating down below and comment who you think will be traded this summer. See you guys next time. Have a great day.